What's up YouTube, Cap over here.
And Crump.
That's right, and today we've got the second matchup, sorry, little blooper right there, of the RBL. And it's against Atlanta Braviarys versus the San Francisco Girafarigs. Usually I just call him the Jewish Giraffe.
The Jewish
Your boy,
Girafarigs.
the creator of the league.
Yeah.
And we sort of had a little Goliath versus David story going on here, because Grape barely made it into the playoffs. It came to the final day and the results were in his favor, so he squeaked in. While
Nice. Ooh,
yeah,
cool.
so we had, and then the Jewish Giraffe naturally has been one of the top contenders of the league. I felt like at no point it was questioned he was gonna make the playoffs. So a little background information for you there.
But now looking at the match, I mean they both deserve to be here for sure.
Yeah, they both deserve it.
Well, now let's talk about the match. Who do you think is gonna lead off?
I just want to point out that there's two first-timers over here. That is being the Tangrowth and the Girafarigs.
That's interesting. They haven't brought them in at all.
They've never brought them in the regular season, and this is their first time making their debut. And
So
what
I'm
a way
wondering-
to make their debut.
I'm wondering why, you know?
Well, Girafarigs really walls Jirachi and
That's true. That's very true.
what's his name?
Tangrowth?
Arcanine and Tangrowth.
Oh, yeah.
Tangrowth not so much because Tangrowth can leech seed it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's interesting that they brought them. Like, I'm not
Tangrowth
saying why, as in like why bring him in. I'm like, it's just like why wait now, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's a strategy here. There's a reason why they brought them in.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So yeah, I feel like the Infernate's gonna lead off though. I really do.
I could see Infernate, maybe Crobat.
Crobat for the win.
Not so much. But I do see a lot of Landorus's, and then he's also got the Tornadus.
Landorus and Thundurus.
Yeah, there's sorry, I get them confused. Yeah, Thundurus. Those usually are your typical leads because they can U-turn pretty well right off the bat. So I could see that, but maybe Jirachi would be the lead here to set up Stealth Rocks, maybe screens if he wants to. I don't know, depending on the kind of Jirachi he's running. It's a very utility Jirachi.
So yeah, let's just get right into it. It's gonna be an interesting match. It's gonna be an interesting match. I want
to see what the Girafarigs does and what Tangrowth can do. And
Kaiser, his Tyranitar is gonna lead off. This is usually his Stealth Rocker from what I learned in our past battles, and Jirachi is just that annoying thing that you don't want to.
It looks like they'll both benefit from the sand here, and I'm guessing I feel like they're just both gonna set up Stealth Rocks.
They're just gonna trade it off. And
Pursuit.
He's just going
straight up damage, but Jirachi eats that up pretty well despite being super effective.
And
he's gonna retaliate here and
go for the Iron Head. Get that Serene Grace going on.
So they both set up Stealth Rocks, which is interesting.
And trade damage.
Yeah, so they're looking pretty even here. Do they both have leftovers though?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Nope.
No.
Jirachi has something. We're not sure of it yet.
So here's the flinch. Here's the Serene Grace Jirachi coming into play, getting those flinches off.
And losing his Tyranitar would be really bad this early in the match.
But I think he's going to sack it off. Yeah, he decides to sack it off. I guess he doesn't really have much else that wants to take a Rocks. Or
he's got the Girafarigs.
He does, which is pretty interesting.
Which would get rid of, there we go, which would get rid of his Serene Grace ability.
That's true. As soon as he makes contact, boom, it's nullified, right? So I guess that's what he's just going to use
here. That does absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Girafarigs is one of the mons that I've really enjoyed seeing, just because its ability is so unique and it eats up hits so well, and it's one of those annoying things that always does one thing, but it does it really good.
So you think we're going to see like a Will-O-Wisp Girafarigs here?
Yeah, Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp.
So it decides to go for the Flash Fire. Oh, that's interesting.
That's going to be a scary Arcanine now. That Flare Blitz.
That Flare Blitz. You don't want to take a Flare Blitz from a Flash Fire.
And there it is. So Arcanine doesn't mind getting the Mummy though, because you can see that.
I mean, he's ready to get his Flash Fire boost.
Yeah.
So, but he's gonna be taking lots of recoil damage, plus the damage from the rocks.
And the haze. No, does the haze nullify Flash Fire?
Stat changes are eliminated, so I guess so. What does Flash Fire increase attack?
I don't know if it does. I'm a bit confused on that one.
It might have not done anything. It might have just eaten up the fire.
Yeah. So I think it does. It does something.
We probably missed it.
So it doesn't have any whatchamacallit?
What? Pain split?
Yeah, pain split.
Yeah, no pain split. Wow, it really looks like Grape is just gonna sack off his Pokemon just one at a time here.
Maybe he's just gathering information for the future or something.
Hey, that could be it. He could just be scouting his team for the next match, which is a pretty risky play if that's what he's doing.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting play if he
But
does.
I'm not seeing a lot of switches here. But again, it's the two Pokemon that the Girafarigs led off with. You don't really want to switch it on.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Grape really had anything for that.
He's just gonna go for Cross Poison, and that does a decent amount.
It does a decent amount, but it could live another one. Brave Bird, ooh, that could take it down.
So it's not banded though.
Not banded, no.
A choice banded Crobat would have been scary.
So that doesn't take it down. It gets close, but it looks like Scatman will go down this turn.
Will go down to Ice Beam, and that's pretty big because the Scatman outspeeds a lot of his team.
Yeah.
And hurts a lot of his team.
So it looks like it doesn't look so good for Grape right now.
Well,
LaRue.
The only good thing.
That's a good reference, actually.
The only good thing though is that Grape has rocks, and his Arcanine is pretty much down. So if it's just Death Fodder, and this Suicune is pretty much red, so it's Death Fodder once again.
Yeah, but like the Girafarigs just have so much momentum here. They really have more to work with than Grape.
Yeah, well, having Death Fodder is always really nice to get that free switch in, but rocks are a scary thing.
Yeah, rocks are on both sides though too.
And then this thing is gonna come in. Oh, Landorus, as he's just gonna get some potential.
She did up just fine.
Yeah, but he's gonna get that potential switch initiative right on.
On Landorus, yeah. So he might go, ooh.
Tangrowth.
So we're gonna see the Tangrowth here.
And this is gonna be really interesting because it's the Regenerator something.
Yeah, this
could have the knock on. Okay.
I think is Tangrowth specially defensive?
No.
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 So, ate that up fairly
so it
well.
outspeeds.
Hidden Power Ice.
It outsped.
No. Did it?
Yeah. It outsped the Landorus. So this is a choice scarfed.
Was that
a choice scarfed Tangrowth
What?
with Hidden Power Ice, and that's what its main function was. The Tangrowth. It's a choice scarfer.
That's so weird.
That's really cool though.
That's really cool to see a Choice Scarf Tangrowth in the finals. Or not finals, semifinals.
Semifinals. So
but
that
like at this point in the game, bringing a Choice Scarf
Tangrowth to eat. So he's specific.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Although I wasn't sure if he was expecting a Sledge Wave.
I wasn't expecting a choice scarf Tangrowth though.
Yeah. Ooh, there's sunburn. Looking pretty burnt actually, yeah.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah.
A little pinky.
Keep getting a switch initiative off. That's
Yeah.
so cool though, the Tangrowth.
I'm just blown away by it. I think that's the play of the semifinals.
Hidden Power Ice though.
And he knew the Thundurus or the Landorus was coming in. He knew it was coming in.
Mm-hmm. So he really did his research. He really did prepare for this match.
And the Jewish Giraffe right now has a five Pokemon still left.
So he's
Mind you, when
pretty-
they do come in, they won't take a long. They won't appreciate it at all. So he's just gonna Thunder Wave this thing, and this is his last mon. So Thunder Waving his last mon is not a bad play.
Yeah. So that kind of ensures the victory here at this point.
And
whoa.
everything on his team's living by a
Dang.
sliver.
That reminds me of our match.
And Thundurus
will go down because of that life orb, but not before it does.
And he gets the pair. He gets the pair.
The one. Oh, it matters so much.
Unless if he got Synthesis.
Oh yeah, actually, if you got synthesis, or maybe not synthesis.
And
yeah, this will take it down.
the score might say something, but in all honesty, if Grape had wear down his whole team a bit more, the rocks would have come into factor, and it would have just been mon after mon going down.
I think Grape lost the battle in the first two Pokemon he lost, Tyranitar and Cofagrigus.
Yeah.
Those were his core Pokemon. I could see that, and
The Crobat.
And then the Crobat not taking down Suicune.
Because Crobat could have taken down so much of his mons. And but Grape has a lot to build on. That was a really close battle, and I felt like Grape really gathered a lot of good information there. And I would never back out. I would never bet my money against Grape, just because Grape is the comeback kid of this season.
That's true. I mean, he could just be scouting, and definitely he definitely learned a lot about the Girafarigs team.
Yeah.
You know, although we didn't see too much of.
Grape didn't reveal that much.
Yeah, he didn't reveal too much, but I think Grape was able to kind of assess the Girafarigs' style there.
Yeah.
And maybe throw him off. You know, like sometimes you want to play a different way one match and then play entirely different another match, just to throw off your opponent. You know, and not making those switches might make you believe that he's not going to do the switches. He's not going to make the predictions, right?
Yeah. And kudos to the Jewish Giraffe for bringing that choice scarfed Tangrowth.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
That's awesome, right there. Because I mean, we're a fan of like gimmicky, unique, interesting sets.
We definitely bought in our fair share of those.
Yeah, and so seeing Tangrowth make an appearance like that as well, and actually get a KO,
one-shotting the Landers.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty huge. So what a debut for Tangrowth.
So I believe the next match, was it the next match that had technical difficulties?
Yeah, it had technical difficulties, but we'll be right back with that match. It's going to be a bit shorter.
Alright,
so we'll be right back.
Okay, we'll see you guys then.
And we're back. So as you can see, there was some slightly
They had a communication error, so they decided to just redo the battle with the last two Pokemon they had left.
Or could actually do something, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
so what we see here is the Blastoise and the Mega Gardevoir.
Wadavat.
And
the Latias
versus the Suicune. Wadavat.
So we'll just get right into it. Not much to really talk about.
I think it's kind of interesting to know that they both have a Water type and a Psychic type here.
But he's got his Mega, so...
But yeah, that's true. He's got his Mega, and I think Blastoise, depending on the Blastoise he's brought in,
it does well. It's a pretty good check because Blastoise is pretty bulky as it is. No, his Blastoise is his Mega.
Oh, Blastoise is the Mega.
Yeah.
Well, that's even better then because
it gets
Mega Launcher.
Yeah. So that Dragon Pulse will do a lot of damage on all of his team.
Dragon Pulse and Dark Pulse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So we'll just get right into this. Right into it.
So yeah, I think Grape's got a good chance of winning this with the last two Pokemon.
Yeah, for sure. Because most likely that's a choice scarfed Gardevoir. Most likely.
So they both lead up with their Water types.
And he's just going to get his Mega off right away, probably.
I wonder if he's got like Hidden Power Thunder or something.
But this is the matchup that he would want because his Gardevoir takes out the Latias in a couple hits, most likely.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's a Dark Pulse, so he does have it.
And Suicune's just going to eat that up.
It's going to actually bounce it back.
Ooh. That does a lot.
Oh, he's going to go for another Dark Pulse. That's
a bit risky. And Mr. Sir Grape's just going to lose.
Oh. Wow, lose on one. So he gets the Suicune to...
And he gets the flinch. He gets the flinch.
This is, he gets, like, flinches for...
Oh, he gets two
Seriously,
flinches.
2 flinches in a row. If he gets 3 in a row...
Or if he just takes out the Suicune. Okay. Those flinches might have mattered.
Those flinches mattered a lot, I think.
That flinch.
I mean, Gardevoir probably could have finished it off, but if it's got Thunderbolt. But...
Well, let's see what sort of Gardevoir this is.
Yeah, that's...
If it's gonna lock itself into Moonblast, then you know what it is. So it is a choice scarfed Gardevoir. That's what I'm guessing.
You're guessing Choice Scarf? Maybe Choice Spect.
I'm guessing choice scarfed Gardevoir because Latias can't really do much to it.
Latios can't do it.
I don't think
it's got like a dark type move.
No,
like,
it's got Shadow Ball, but it's neutral.
No, that's super effective.
That's super effective, and it outspeeds it, so it might be Spect.
So there's the Moonblast. This should take it down.
If it's Spect. And that's just going to be a one-shot. So that's a real toss-up coin thing going on because he could have let off with his Latias, and he could have let off with Blastoise, and Blastoise would have been...
Getting those 2 flinches in a row really helped Grape, though.
Yeah.
That was a risky move. I mean...
Going for the Dark Pulse and staying with it?
I think he knew that his Gardevoir could have taken out the Suicune though.
At a certain amount of health.
Yeah, after a certain amount of health, but that was playing a risky game because maybe I don't think it would have taken it down at half.
Yeah.
And that Gardevoir needed to be over a certain amount of damage to like take down Suicune and Latias.
Yeah, so the Gardevoir really coming in clutch. Really, really coming in clutch.
So it looks like Grape gets that win, the first win of the second match.
And the series is all tied up once again.
So we'll see you guys
just once.
We'll see you guys for the next and final match of this this little.
And we'll see who meets up the Bavarian Beedrills in the finals of the RBL.
So we'll see you guys then.
Bye. Or sorta.
Yeah. BRB. And we're back.
We're back for the final match of the semifinals, which the series is tied 1-1, and winner takes all in this battle. All of it. All of it. And we're seeing a very different team from Grape and Dynamax, the Jewish Giraffe, aka the San Francisco Girafarigs, from the very first game of the match.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like they're pretty different from what we saw. There's no Tyranitar, there's no Roselia, there's no...
Yeah, he's brought in
a much different team.
He's brought in the big tanks like Cresselia.
Yeah, I feel like Cresselia could be the game changer in this match.
Victini is definitely going to be not a tank, but a hard hitter as well.
Yeah.
I want to say that...
but I just want to emphasize how big Cresselia could be. Could be.
Yeah.
Because it walls the Nidoking, it could wall Clefable. It definitely gives that bit of information for Clefable.
Yeah,
because he could go for Calm Minds. If it does a lot of damage, then he knows it's unaware.
Mm-hmm.
But if he goes for Toxic, then he learns that it's Magic Guard. So it gives that big bit of information to Mr. Sir Grape.
True, very true.
Plus, it also allows him to potentially set up with the Crest.
Well, then he's gonna have to watch out for the Pangoro and the Lopunny with knockoff.
Just Cresselia also gets Moonblast.
True, but I mean, it's gonna have to take a hit though.
Yeah.
And so, I know an Iron Fist Pangoro can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, for sure. So, should we just get right into it and see who comes out victorious and meets the Bavarian Beedrills for the final spot of the finals?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. Taking some time. I'm a bit nervous for each of these people.
So I wonder who they're gonna lead off with.
Scatman.
So there's a U-turn and
Thunderous.
So I'm guessing they're both gonna.
But he could just go for the Thunder Wave and he makes the proper.
Yeah.
Because Thunderous gets Prankster and Crest is gonna come in.
Oh.
And probably he goes for that does a lot of damage.
That does a lot of damage.
That does a lot of scary damage.
He is lefties though, so it won't be a 2-hit KO.
And he's just gonna actually withdraw. Interestingly enough.
I wonder, yeah.
He's just gonna go right into Pangoro.
And shiny. If he goes for the straight up Moonblast, this thing is gonna go down. There it is. There it is.
He makes the right prediction.
And
that's huge.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't go down.
Doesn't go down,
but it takes a lot of unnecessary damage.
Yeah, depending on who outspeeds.
And he's just gonna get this thing out of here.
This is gonna
piece it out. What?
Yeah, it drops your attack and the special attack, and you run away. It's a really good move.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay. That'll be good.
Yeah, you kind of just like drop your stats and then bounce out of there. It's really nice.
Just peace out now. Peace.
So this Jirachi should be pretty. Well, yeah, I can. If it's got Toxic, it can take down the Crest.
It's good, but it could also just stall out like Paraflinch.
Yeah, for sure. It could definitely Paraflinch, which.
So he might have gone. He's just gonna go for the Iron Head.
So.
That does a decent amount.
There's some good damage, but. I mean, he might go for a U-turn here, and I think he's going to.
But he's bringing out the Thunderous. Interestingly enough, I did not.
So he's fine to stay in. I mean, he won't get hurt from like a Thunder Wave.
But he might have Hidden Power Ice.
True as well.
So I feel like that was there we go.
Hidden Power. And Sir Grape is actually making the really good predictions, the really good plays.
He's carrying a lot of momentum in this match, and the thing not having its Life Orb, that's gonna make Cresselia live a bit more.
Yeah.
Against the Thunderbolts or Volt Switches or whatever it has. And we can see that the Jewish Giraffe obviously wants this matchup against Crest and Jirachi.
Yeah.
Really badly. So that might play.
It does wall it pretty well though. It takes those Moonblasts like really well.
But that might play some part into Oh,
Ice
exactly.
Punch. Maybe predicting a switch, but
Mr. Sir Great makes the right play and actually stays in, and Thunder Waves the Jirachi.
so that's gonna be pretty huge, I think.
That's gonna be big. Because this thing is most likely...
Well, Jirachi can't go for flinches anymore. It's
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that.
so I mean, the Serene Grace also up the chance of getting paralyzed.
But if there's one thing I know about the Jewish Giraffe, he has Healing Wish on his Lopunny.
You think?
I'm pretty sure he has Healing Wish on one of his Mons. I'm pretty sure. That's just my prediction. That's my prediction. I faced...
You think he's bringing something a little bit silly this match as well?
No, Healing Wish is a good move. It's a good move because it restores HP and removes statuses on the Mon.
So here's the knockoff fake out. Okay. Yeah, that's a good move to go get some extra damage.
And he gets flinch.
We'll do a little bit of damage. I mean, after lefties, it doesn't do a whole lot.
And he's just gonna withdraw.
I mean, yeah, if the knockoff doesn't take it down,
And this crest is putting in so much work.
it's a huge threat. It's a really huge threat.
And this is what I was surprised why Mr. Sirgrave didn't bring in crest in the regular season, was just because it's such a good Mon and it's so annoying to deal with. Because if you don't have that power to like take it down,
Yeah, you have to whittle it down, and even whittling it down is a bit of a risky play because if it decides to set up Calm Minds,
then you're not in a favorable position.
no, yeah.
Plus, the crest did so much damage on all of the Jewish Giraffe's team. Like it paralyzed what's his face. It almost took down his face. His face took some damage, and what's his face?
Yeah, all what's their faces took some damage.
All of their faces took damage.
Yeah, it took in the Pangara pretty well,
And he actually
nullified.
stays in.
Ooh,
And he just sacks off his
comics.
his Blastoise. Bye.
So his Mega goes down, but I mean,
Mr. Sir Grape still has the big threat that is Crest.
that's true. As long as like that Crest stays alive, I think he can really hold this match.
And he's okay, so this thing is most likely choiced in some way.
Yeah, that
Cause
did a lot. It could be choice banded because that did a lot.
but the Thunders is gone too, which means his Ladders can sort of wreck shop on a lot of things.
And we're seeing the Victini now, so that's a. This should.
It should hurt something.
Yeah, it will take. Oh, I guess he's gonna get a Death Fodder here. So this should take down the Pangoro.
Which is interesting because Pangoro does sort of wall Crest.
Not really, no.
Well, it can do some damage on Crest.
Yeah, it can do damage on Crest if it went for that knockoff. But I don't know. Is Crest faster than Pangoro?
Quaka. And oh gosh.
Okay, so the Nidoking, we can definitely see some work from Nidoking.
Definitely. Nidoking was one of his big Mons, and most likely he's going to set up his Stealth Rocks, and that would have been useful a couple turns ago.
I think setting up the Stealth Rocks at this point in the match, it's scarfed, isn't it?
You feel like it's Scarf?
I feel like it's scarfed. It set up Stealth Rocks to just throw you off, and then I don't know. It could be Scarf.
Yeah.
I see the Scarf Nidoking being the most viable.
And that does so much damage on a Jirachi that should resist it. So in all honesty, he's okay just going for the Brave Birds and taking out things with his Crobat. So I feel like at this point, Mr. Sir Grape has 1 foot in the finals. Has 1 foot.
Yeah, he's
got 1 foot in
his way. Like he's slowly taking down the Jewish Giraffe team.
And it seems like the Jewish Giraffe had no answers for the thing that is Cresselia.
Yeah, Cresselia and Crobat are doing a lot of work, I find.
Yeah.
Definitely Crobat is, I want to say it's banded. It's doing a whole lot. But maybe now we'll see if this thing is Scarf. Nope.
No, I feel like it's a choice Scarfed Crobat.
You think so?
I feel like it is.
It's a Focus Sash Nidoking. That's what it is.
Alright,
Okay.
So that's why he wanted to save his Focus Sash.
That makes sense. But it does. It's a good thing. It takes down the Scatman, which is pretty huge. But at this point in the game, I think Sir Grape has won it.
Yeah, I think because Nidoking can't outspeed a lot of things. It's a pretty slow Mon,
Yeah, if it's not Scarf, it's not outspeeding anything.
and he has
really.
nothing to really answer Cresselia.
Yeah, the Crest is playing a huge part here.
Because yeah, I don't know if he brought it in the last match and it just had no.
I want to see what Lopunny can do. Wow. Does Cresselia get a regenerator?
No, it's just fully healed. That's how long it's been in the battle for.
Yeah, I guess you got like lefties and Moonlight, huh?
Yeah, lefties, Moonlight, Moonblast, and we don't know. It's probably a Psychic or something.
Yeah, we haven't seen the 4th move.
So let's see how it takes that return so okay.
Yeah, it does a decent amount of damage.
But lefties should make it so it lives another hit.
Yeah, and that didn't do too much on Lopunny.
No, it didn't. But he doesn't feel...
You could possibly still have Psychic, and he could be fearing that. We'll know now. Oh, that's right, Thunder Wave.
Okay.
That's right, he's got Thunder Wave.
He plays that pretty good.
Yeah, forgot about the Thunder Wave, actually.
And he's just gonna Moonlight back.
Yeah, at the same time, didn't work out so well because
he
back to full health. And U-turn probably won't do that much here.
But at this point, it could just be he could go back into Lopunny, fake out, switch out.
Yeah, if he's going back to Lopunny and he decides to go for an attack, Cress, he's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, a bit of
trouble.
But
I think.
But at this point,
Lopunny will slowly get worn out,
and the Cress will just keep. Yeah, because at this point, it feels like.
And there's the Thunder Wave. So, I'm gonna guess this Cresselia is gonna keep going for Moonlights
until he gets a para.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's what might happen, or he's just going to take him out with the Moonblast.
He could take one more hit, I'm sure.
Healing Wish.
Healing Wish.
There we go.
So there's the interesting sets.
So
yeah, going for the Moonlight would have been better here.
The Jewish Giraffe used Healing Wish on me, and I've seen it so many times.
So who does he want to heal up though?
He only has Jirachi.
Yeah.
But I think Mr. Sirgrape still has his what's his face. I know I'm saying what's his face a lot. Victini.
Landorus?
Victini and Landorus.
Yeah. And I think they can take down Jirachi.
I feel like he's just grasping at...
But the paralysis does get cured, so maybe he can go for flinches here.
I think that's what he wants to do. And that's the only way of taking down this Cress. But Cress is putting in so much work.
Cress just has to get one Moonlight in, though.
That's true. And he doesn't get it.
No,
he doesn't get it.
He's not gonna get it. This flinching Jirachi is quite the pain, isn't it?
It's quite the pain. It's annoying Mon to deal with, and it takes out the Cress. But Cress did his job.
That's a shame. That's a shameful way for the Cress to go down due to the flinches. But I guess it makes sense because that thing is equally annoying.
Oh yeah, and it outspeeds the Victini too. So this thing is probably banded.
Well, it doesn't.
I feel like it's banded.
The Jirachi?
Yeah, no, the Victini.
Oh,
because it should take out Jirachi in one hit.
Yeah, definitely did a lot.
And I feel like that's game. That's game, and that's
a good match.
That was a good solid match, and
yeah, Grape had it with the Cresselia alone there. I think if a Jewish Giraffe had taken care of that Cresselia
earlier, yeah.
I mean, if there was a way to take it down, you know, I don't know how, but that Cresselia played a huge part in this match.
Yeah, the Jewish Giraffe had no answers for Cresselia, that other than being the Jirachi, but even then, Mr. Sergey wasn't having any of that. He wasn't having any of that because as soon as Jirachi came in, he would just switch out and force him to switch out and keep on racking up damage and racking up damage. And that's how Mr. Sergey really got momentum of this battle.
Yeah, so that was a good match, and interesting to see Sergey and Alex Louis.
Yeah, Mr. Sergrape and Alex Louis face off in the finals of the battle.
So one of them will be the champions of the RBL.
Season 1.
So we'll see you guys until then.
Yeah. Any predictions?
I feel like Grape will bring in the Cresselia for the finals, considering how much work it did this match. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be interesting to see him face against Alex Louis. So I don't know. I don't want to favor anyone at this point, but I like the way Alex Louis played, and I could see him winning it. I mean, it's definitely going to be a close game, but I could see Alex Louis putting in some work.
Yeah, well,
but I like the way Grape played it. He really utilized Cresselia as well, so Grape also knew which Pokemon was the important Pokemon to bring in and how to play him to that match.
Yeah.
So I think I think, I mean, if Grape plays like the way he played against the Girafarigs, he could lose the first match, but then come back after assessing how Alex Louis plays.
Yeah, and bring in the appropriate Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because what we saw from the first battle was that Alex Louis, he stayed with the same team, maybe because it just worked, and it didn't make sense to switch out anyone.
We did see that. Yeah, we didn't see Alex Louis change up his team at all.
Yeah.
So we might have an idea what he's going to be bringing in for the finals. Grape, on the other hand,
he brought in pretty much his whole roster, I felt like.
Yeah, he's brought in like... Yeah, he's brought in some interesting Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah. Although, I mean, the Pokemon he brought in the first match didn't do too much. But we'll have to see how the finals play out.
Yeah. Well, I did predict that Mr. Sir Grape would be the upset. He would upset the Jewish Giraffe.
Yeah.
However, my prediction of the Minnesota Eon Twins versus the Bavarian Beedrills was in favor of the Minnesota Eon Twins. So the Bavarian Beedrills beat the Minnesota Eon Twins. And my prediction for the finals, it's going to be a really good battle, a really close battle. But I think the Bavarian Beedrills, the way that Alex Louis is playing right now, it's pretty LeBron James-like.
Like, he's a really good player and stuff. But, you know, just Grape being the underdog and and him, like, knowing how to play, like, adapt is what he's good at.
Yeah, adapting. And he's been playing good for a long time.
Yeah.
He's been going on the radar and really just surprising a lot of people. So
we'll see how this plays out.
We'll see how it works out. We'll see.
So we'll see you guys then.
And this is Captain Crump signing off.
Bye.
Bye.